Hey, welcome to Quarantine Comedy. This is Lenny Schmidt. Do me a favor. I appreciate the fact that you're here. Thanks for tuning in. Real quick, just like the video for me. Do that for me. Just like the video. Hit the thumbs up. It goes a long way. You're going to like the video. Just trust me. Just hit the thumbs up. And then you can subscribe to the channel. Do that as well. This is Quarantine Comedy. This is the show where we talk to entertainment professionals about their lives, their careers, trajectories. Does that sound correct? I'm not sure if it is or not, but basically you can catch the show and you can catch up with some performers and entertainers and see what they're doing during COVID, before COVID, after COVID, blah 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 blah. That's what we got going on. So sit back, enjoy the show, have a good time. We got lots of guests on here. We have a special guest today, a good friend of mine. It's gonna be, what is that? I'm not sure what that. Oh, that's the intro. So there we go. The rest of you guys, if you're watching this right now, no, we don't have sponsors. We don't have commercials. We don't have anything like that. This show is supported solely by the viewers and some of the guests. So if you are interested in financially supporting the show in any way, shape, or form, if you go to lennyschmidt.com/ifyoucan, that is your best options right there on the top. And it actually has all the below options on there. It's got Venmo, Cash App. It's also got PayPal, credit card, all kinds of stuff. And the Lenny Schmidt Patreon page, which we can talk about for a second since we're here and Jimmy's not on yet. The Patreon page is it's great. Everybody knows what Patreon is. It's a monthly service. You can join, and you can follow an artist. You can support them for X amount of dollars, anywhere from $1 to whatever you may want to pay on a monthly basis. And the more you give, the more you get. So with mine, you get, first of all, you get shout-outs. You get check-ins. We do a thing now called It's Happy Hour Somewhere. Man. I don't know why I threw a man at the end, but I did. And that was fun. Our first one was last week on Thursday. We got together and had some drinks. We do a big Zoom show. That's for all the Patreon members. Everyone is welcome to join that if they want. Also, the higher up you go, you get things like my last album, my previous 3 albums. You get 4 total downloads. You get all the content I put up online. I put over 200 hours of content on the internet. 150 of that is free. 50 of it is hidden. And it's only for Patreon members. You can find that stuff through me if you join the Patreon page. Also, if you join the Patreon page, top tier members, $50 or more, get to join the writers group. And if you're in the writers group, you get to be involved in Reconnecting Comedy, which is a sketch show I do every 2 months. It'll be on May 1st, the next one. And it's a lot of sketches and improv and streaming and video and audio. It's a lot of fun. And all right, Jimmy's almost here. Hold on. Oh, hey, we go. Look, I can see him and everything. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me fix the audio. I already tell. Give it up for my good friend. Here he is, Jimmy Della Valle. Wait, I got to change the feed because we changed the connection.
Volume. It's my volume.
Hold on. All right. Are you there, Jim?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. Hold on.
Perfect.
I'm fixing the 2 feed because we had to change the thingy. But do this for me. First do this, and let me go down here, and let me make sure. Let's do this to get you up here the right way. First of all, let's just get you on the screen so people can see you while I'm trying to hammer through. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the one and only Jimmy Della Valle right there.
Hello.
Say hello to Jimmy, man. Hang on. Where is the double? Yeah, those Westview kids screwed everything up this morning. Oh, here we go. We're so close. Bam. Oh, this is bam. Oh, there it is. There we go. Hold on. No one panic. There we go. Bam and bam. There we go. Yes. Woohoo. Everybody, Jimmy's here. Give Jimmy a round of applause. All right, man. What's up, brother?
Hey, brother. What's up, man?
Not much, man. I'm glad we got this. We got this all figured out. Say 2 or 3 things so I can check your level and make sure you're not too loud.
Can you hear me? Yep. What? Yes, I'm over here. Yes, I saw you on True Blood many years ago.
Oh, there we go. All right, yeah, he's back. All right, everybody, say hello to Jimmy. Jimmy, say hello to everybody, man.
Everybody, hello.
There we go.
Hello.
I don't have a ton of followers and viewers, but I have very loyal ones that are here for every show. So they're all very happy. They're all excited. How you doing, brother?
Nice. I'm good. I never did this V mix before. Luckily, my wife let me use. She didn't have it planned, but I used her laptop to do this instead of the iPad, and
Okay.
it worked. And I think what might have happened on my Mac was, for some reason, I went to click allow, but it might have clicked block, and then it just didn't reset itself.
Right.
And that's it. So we're here. So that's all.
Who cares? It's painless. It'll go away, and then when I post when the video's on YouTube, I'll edit all that bullshit out, so we'll look like geniuses.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That's how I do it.
As long as my name is spelled right, that's all that matters.
I got that. I reprimanded the Westview kids. I'm glad you texted me this morning. As I was walking out the door going to the gym, I got my name is spelled wrong. I'm like, oh, that's great. Then I had to yell at the Westview kids. But I think we fixed it everywhere, so I apologize for that.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
But it's those stupid kids. What's going on, brother?
Man, we just, I've been getting together doing writing with a lot of comics, a whole bunch of special guests and stuff coming in, and we write on Tuesdays, which has been good, and you work on your act and stuff. I'm pretty COVID safe, man. I don't go many places.
Right.
I don't get groceries. I don't go to the grocery store. I do Amazon Fresh. I'm
Right.
I should be the spokesperson for Amazon Fresh because weekly I'm getting orders. You know what I mean? There's 16, 10 bags, 8 bags outside of my door. And have you done it? It's the best thing ever.
I do it. I do it on the road. I haven't done it at home here. But if I go stay in a condo, you ever stay in a condo? I'll go to a condo, and the first day order a bunch of groceries, and they bring it to me that next day. So I have food for the week. So I love it. I love it. It's a great service. But I know you're one of those guys because I follow your Facebook, so I know that you're not bouncing around really doing anything.
I had tons of gigs booked, even the last few months I've had, and they were probably 5-6 gigs that have been canceled.
Right.
They've canceled. I have a gig in May in Arizona coming up, and I assume it's going to go because it's outside.
Right.
But everything else was not outside. They were inside gigs.
Okay.
We were performing to, minimum 200 to 500 to 1,000 people in the theaters, and now, I'm performing to the cats.
Sure.
That's yeah.
Are they giving you shit, the cats? Are they sick of your act yet? The cats are terrible. Dogs will sit there and pay attention at least. Cats will wander off.
Yeah, the one cat she's crazy. She's so sweet. I never seen anything like it. I tell all my buddies she's a goon. You know what a goon is?
Oh no.
And it's that little teddy bear, a goon.
Okay.
She's so soft and she's just so sweet. She doesn't have a mean bone in her body. And then the other one is tough, so he kind of just jumps on her and beats her up. They're brother and sister, and but they're just babies. I got them during COVID.
Oh wow! So they're kittens, man, right? They're little.
Yeah. Because my little ride or die Marvin, that so many of my fans knew, he died during COVID. So that was fucking brutal, man.
I'm sorry
to have that. Yeah, man. Thanks. So you see his little cat ghost everywhere, and being in a house like that was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
To deal with that, but you just keep going. I had a lot of friends and fans that were supportive of it, and my wife as well. So, and that's the thing. I know you're divorced, but you get along with your wife. But do you think during COVID you could have did this with her?
With her? Wait. Oh no.
Been in the same place?
Oh no way. There's no way. No way. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. Not
it's
for a long
different.
period of time like that. Yeah. How's that going for you now? Because you were one of those guys too. You're always on the road, gone somewhere, and generally, I know you and your wife have a great. You always talk about your wife, which is amazing. That's really cool to me. And you bring her with you when you can, but you're still gone a lot. You're a comic. I mean, that's the deal. So how's that working out with you home this much? Is she sick of you yet?
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, I've written so many jokes that are just so true. Like if she's at the computer because she's working remote. So I'll come up and I might touch her breast, and she'll go, "Oh, that's sexual harassment. That is sexual harassment." You know. Yeah, it's been this is what's been happening. I mean, she's being serious, but I'm like, oh, that's in the act. That's in the
Yeah, right. You start writing stuff down. That's when my kids are getting sick. Right? They're constantly doing stuff, and I write it down constantly. All right, have a microphone. So I do tape it on my iPhone. So every time I think of something, I grab the phone. I'm like, do the thing about when the girls were out eating, and then they do the thing. And they're like, don't. Is that going in your act? Yeah, it is. Okay. They get so frustrated.
Yeah, well, you know, and that's the thing. We use our phone and we write it down and we put it in the color notes or whatever it is. But back in the day, we used to write with a pencil or a pen in our little notebook.
Lenny Schmidt, Quarantine Comedy.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Tech problem. Go ahead. Yeah, with our notebook.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and that was the thing. And my wife, I remember I hated one of her girlfriends because I was out with like all her girlfriends and just me. Like I'm not third wheeling, I'm eight wheeling. It's just all the drunk girls drinking. And actually, I don't know if Tim Homeune is watching, but Tim was with me and we were writing down jokes. And the one girl goes, "What's he doing?" And the girl goes, "Oh, he's an idiot. He writes down if we say something funny." And I was like, "You're a bitch." Yeah, that's my wife's still friends with her, but I hated her. I was so annoyed by that girl. I'm like, this is my job.
Yeah, that's what I do for a living. I get paid for this, by the way, bitch. So shut up. Yeah, that's screw you. That's the worst. Are you? So, but you're in. Where are you? You're not too far from me, man. You're in the Valley, or are you in West LA, Culver City? Where you?
Yeah, I'm right in the Valley, man. You know, as I joke, you know, there's your Valley Village, there's your Sherman Oaks, your Studio City. It's all in that same area, and I created my own. Now they call it Sherman Village, over by Hugo's. It's all by Sherman.
Oh, really?
Village.
Over by Coldwater and that area? Okay.
Yeah, so it's called Welcome to Sherman Village, and I just made up my own thing. And on the mail, I just put I live in Valley Oaks. I just made up it's my own area that I live in.
Well,
like, where is that?
Yeah, they're going to steal that from you, though. You know what I mean? You're right. They change it constantly. It's always like, check this out. It's always this area. Yeah, Valley Glen is another one that they popped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I moved here back in, when I first moved here back in the late 80s, it was all North Hollywood. That's all it was. It was just North Hollywood and like Studio City. And that's it. And since then, they've chopped it into different neighborhoods to make it sound better. And you're like, oh, that sounds really neat. And then you get there and you're like, oh, it's nothing neat. So so when's your next road gig? Have you been out now? Have you been on the road anywhere since during COVID started?
So I've had a lot of offers. I had Texas, Arizona, Florida, all the places that really are don't think there's COVID.
Yeah, there's no COVID there. There's no COVID in Florida and Texas. Yeah, it's good.
No, I wanted to book me a ton of stuff. You know El Romero, his buddy Michael Penzica, he's like, "Jimmy, we should do this comedy tour, Italians and pool, like in pool halls called the Breaking Balls Comedy Tour." And I go, "Oh, it'd be great." And I'm like, "So what is it? What's it like on COVID?" Because I was doing Al's show. He's like, "Oh, we don't have COVID here." And he just started laughing. Have you dealt with the COVID in Florida? I've lost friends that are my friends in Florida because they're like, I'm like, dude, you guys don't even care. Like, because I don't know if you know this. If you, like, I wear my mask most places.
Right.
And my buddy was in Florida. He was just in Arkansas. He's going all these different places. He's an actor. And since flights are cheap, he's just been going to places and, doing things. And he's like, dude, people literally say, "Man, you live in LA?" He's like, "Do people really wear masks?" And he's like, yeah, people wear fucking masks, because you're supposed to. And he's like, "No, get the fuck." And then they'll bring somebody over. "Hey, this guy, he wears a mask." And then there's like 10 people, and he's telling the story of wearing the mask.
Right. Know what it's like? No, I've had that conversation. I got buddies that live. Some of the people who watch the show here are in Florida. In fact, there's a lot of people watching the show that live in Florida. And I have a friend that lives there. He sends me pictures all the time. And, they totally, my buddy Dave goes constantly. He's always out at a bar. He's always out. He goes out every weekend. Never was a problem. Yeah, but here's the thing. Their numbers are lower than ours. So who wins?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I think nobody knows really what's going on. I got a brother. My brother Andy works at the VA in Illinois, and his job, dude, his job is to go into a room full of COVID people and to sanitize the room when they leave. You know what I mean? So his job. So they give people, they treat people. He goes in. He's around COVID 24/7, and he hasn't got it. And I was talking to him. He was like, dude, he goes, and he told me, he's like, just wear your mask, dude. I'm telling you, if you just wore your mask. You'd be amazed. Everybody bitches about the mask. He goes, I'm telling you, every medical profession just says, just wear the mask. It makes such a big difference. He goes, I wear a mask all the time. He goes, all I do is wear a surgical mask. I'm not in an hazmat suit. I wear my surgical mask, and I haven't caught COVID. Just wear the mask. So I tend to believe, like, I don't know if you're from Florida or Texas, and I don't. If you can do what you want to do, but I tend to believe that the professionals are smarter than me. So if they're saying wear a mask, I'm going to wear a mask for a while. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, I'll wear the mask. I'll do it. I mean, I hate it, but, I'm wearing the mask. But then I got the vaccine, and I'm still wearing the mask. I'm going to wear, no one knows what the fuck is going on here. You know what I mean? We're still like a year and a half in this, and people, every once in a while, there's a new study, and they're still, 5 years from now, they're going to be finding shit about this disease that they didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? So nobody can, especially most of my buddies, none of my buddies are medical doctors. Any guy from Texas I know is like, fuck, the mask is bullshit. They're usually like a bartender. What do they know? They don't know shit. Seriously? So I'd rather listen to the doctor on TV than the bartender that's on the internet going, masks are bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It's definitely just a different world. I mean, think of all the flights that we took. I was just like looking back in 2019. I'm like, I had 80 flights.
Yeah.
80 fucking flights. And then I looked this, 2020, and I was like, okay, well, because I was on the ship March. I got off March 1st. I can't remember what comic I worked with. I'm like, that's the thing that's also getting crazy. I normally am like an IMDb for friends. I'm like, oh, Lenny was on this and that. I don't want to remember people's names anymore. And it's not like I'm not in social media. I'm just not in the world.
Right.
Like, it's weird.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, it's kind of like it's a muscle, man. When you walk around, like when you travel as much as we were doing, and yes, someone was just asking, every once in a while somebody asks a question. Somebody asked if you work ships. Yeah, Jimmy, of course, works ships as well. So, and I know Jimmy before ships, so I knew him in L.A. and stuff. But I think it's part of a muscle. It's kind of like the acting muscle. You lose if you don't. Think about the amount of walking around we did. So let's say 2 weeks. If you could be on 3 different ships, maybe even 4. And let's add that could be 6 flights and how many different places and clubs and hotels and stuff. And you're bouncing into people, so you're constantly, your mind is just moving. You're like, hey, Freddie, what's up? Hey, good to be back. Hey, I'm in Miami. Hey, what's up? Let's grab some. Hey, you want to grab dinner? Let's go. We got about an hour. Blah, blah. You know what I mean? And now you're just sitting in your house staring at your cats. Your mind's not working. You're just.
Exactly. I mean, that was the thing. And I had such the routine of on the ship, wake up at the time. It's like so funny with Walco. Oh, so you got the Della Valle spelled wrong. That's the one thing about me, because my whole life, the first Della Valle was right, but the website's right, though. So, Lenny, just to let you know.
No, I'm fixing that right now, Jimmy. Shut up, Jimmy. Shut up, Jimmy. Stupid.
Shut up. No, it's good. It's good that
No, I screwed it up.
In Westview. Is this even a school? Did you make it up?
No, that's my school, bro. I'm not like it was my middle school in Romeoville. It's not there anymore, but
it's Illinois.
Yeah, it's technically there.
Della. So the first word you see Jimmy Della, look, it goes right back. Click.
Hold on.
You don't understand, because when you have an Italian,
I got that Della. That's what I had.
No. If you pop the thing up, it goes Jimmy Della Valle. You put Delle. Yeah. And then the website is correct. Are you changing it?
Yeah.
No.
I changed it.
So, right there, Delle. You have. Yeah. Dude, it's hilarious. It's like you get 3 strikes. 3 strikes, Lenny. Yeah.
It's Della, right?
Yep. Then space, capital V as in Victor, ALLE.
That's what it is. That's Jimmy. That's what it's been for the last 3 times I showed you. Hold on.
No, I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Del. Oh, damn it. Okay, hold on. Why is that happening? Oh, it's in the. I know why. All right, hold on. I'll fix it. All right, go ahead. There we go.
So, Okay, so you see it now. Where's it?
Yeah.
Where's it?
I got it.
Hey, forget
Jeez,
about it.
why don't you just have a simple last name?
So are you still? I know you were working out and losing weight and all that stuff. Are you still doing the whole thing?
I'm not working out anywhere near as much as I used to be doing. I didn't really gain any weight during COVID though. I tried. I watched what I ate pretty well. So I generally eat really well. You know what I mean? Generally. So that's the only thing. And then I just started working out again. You know what? I went through. I bought sandbags because early on, here in LA, we couldn't go anywhere or do anything. It was just yeah. So it was, and the very first few months, I didn't go. I went nowhere. I mean, I went literally nowhere. So I got sandbags, I got straps, I got all kinds of crap, and I tried to work all that out. So I think I did that for a while, and then I went on a lot of hikes with my daughter. When we go on walk, we'll walk. We'll wear a mask. We're walking around. But now I just got this I got a cool strap setup I just bought recently. I was going to go to the gym today. I haven't been to the gym in over a year. I can tell you that. But all the working out and exercising I've been doing has been here in the house, and then some sort of hike or something. So like I said, I didn't gain any weight, but I know I lost muscle mass because I was working out a good, I was working out 6 times a week on the shits. That's all I did. I was like, if you can't go work out, man, the gym is right above your head. You know that. And for us, you got shows at night. Besides the port days, it's a lot of downtime. So.
Yeah, no, I didn't work. I was never a guy that worked out. Other than I would hit the bag. Back in New York, I was always at the gym and I hit the bag. And then me and Darren Carter were boxing here at Coleman's gym in the Valley, and it was great, man. They even had the heavyweight champion was training in front of me. I can't remember what his name is, or he was fighting for the heavyweight championship, and I was riding like this old bike, and then I'd go hit the bag, and the guy would train me, and this place was great. And then it closed. And my wife's like, well, it's in Northridge. You could go to Northridge. I go, I'm not going to go all the way to Northridge just to go hit the bag. So then they had another place called, right? Goose's Boxing Gym or something that comedian Danny Green was training at. And then I was like, I went there, and a couple people, I think Gabriel Iglesias and Alfred Robles, they were all there. And I was like, I don't know. I just love that Pullman's. It was just a good feel. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you find a gym, because of course I've gained weight over the years, but when I used to work out and, you want to go to, Gold's Gym on Venice, in Venice, you don't want to just go to some shitty gym. You want to go somewhere where you're like, okay. Like I remember bumping into Carl Weathers, not talking to him, just going, holy shit, Carl Weathers is there at Gold Gym. And then, I play a ton of poker. And I taught Carl Weathers how to play poker.
Oh, did you really? Right on. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Huge
Big
poker
guy.
player.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I set you up for that place. So whenever you want to come in, because they got still members and stuff.
I might go in there now. Now might be a good time for me to go in there, actually.
Kevin Jordan. I got Kevin Jordan in there. He loves it. If you know Kevin Jordan, comedian, great comedian.
Right.
He's in there. Couple other comics. A lot of major TV writers.
Okay.
Are there and producers and stuff. So it's a good place.
Good for them. No, I should go do that. Yeah, that's what. How are you missing that now? Because you're a huge card player. Like a huge card player. And, dude, I guess Zoom is okay, but there's something about, and like I don't gamble much, but I like to play poker. And when I go to Vegas, I'll sit and I'll play poker. But to walk away, have you been to Vegas yet to play cards? I was there a couple of weeks ago and played in a poker room. It's different. First of all, it's different not being at a table. I like being at a table. You know what I mean? So on Zoom is one thing, it's a little weird. But now Vegas, it's so different now. They got plexiglass in between you.
The plexiglass, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And you wear a mask.
I don't feel comfortable doing that. I haven't gone to do shows in Vegas yet because that's always been my thing. I make so much extra money with going and playing poker. So I get off the stage and I go and sit there and grind out with the tourists and the locals. I don't care. I mean, I play in all the celebrity poker tournaments, so I know all those guys. And I go, I mean, I was in a hookup of sitting in my suite in Vegas, and getting a text at 3 in the morning, go, hey, a whale just came in, Jimmy, bring about 4,000. And you just go to, so the last time I played cash in Vegas, I won 17,000 in probably less than 6 hours at the Golden Nugget on a 1-2 no limit. That's the best no limit game in
Dude,
the
that's
country.
That's a tremendous amount of money to win in a 1-2 game.
Well, because, dude, there were guys that had 30 grand at that table.
Right.
And I bought in for 4 grand because I got the text from my buddy who's a dealer.
Sure.
And he goes, come down, man.
Right.
He goes, a guy just came in and everybody is buying in for a lot of money. And sure enough, and I met this kid, this poker pro, Ian. It's like IOEN. He's a poker pro from Ireland. And he's living in New Zealand now. I don't know how that works, but that's a great. I have a lot of friends that live in New Zealand, and that place is like COVID's not even there. They do theaters, and it's like COVID didn't. COVID kind of went to New Zealand, but it's you don't have to wear masks. You just live a life.
Didn't they do a hardcore shutdown right at the beginning?
Yeah, she shut. Yeah, the as I call her, the boss. She shut everything down, man.
Right at the beginning, hardcore. Yeah, because I heard you. I got friends that live over there, and they're going out to sporting events now. It's like nothing. It's all gone.
It's amazing. Concerts, anything.
Good for them. Good for them, man. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Damn it.
Yeah.
Are you doing any outdoor shows here?
So I've been offered a lot of them. I just didn't do them. I got my first vaccination. I get my second Thursday.
Okay.
And then once I'm done, that's why I'm booking May. I just booked something in June. I'm just starting to book the dates because I didn't want to be the guy who's like, oh yeah, I got COVID and I beat it. I don't want to get it. I I want to be the guy that never says, I had it.
Yeah, right.
I never had it.
Never had it. Yeah, right. I'd rather never have it than have it and go, I'm good. Right.
I mean, look, I'm not skinny like I was 20 years ago. So do I have underlying conditions? I possibly could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could, all of a sudden they're like, you go in, you're like, yeah, I just have a little fever. I'm like, yeah, no, my buddy Lenny, I should be fine. And then I'm on the ventilator.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, I don't want that.
Right.
You know?
Well, and plus it affects everybody different ways, man. I got, I talked to Mark Gross, his friend of mine. You probably know he's a writer.
Yeah.
And he had a dude, it kicked his ass. He's like, dude, it was the worst thing ever happened to me. I couldn't even walk across the room, is what he said. Couldn't even make it. And I know other people that had it were like, yeah, I had it was like a sniffle and it was gone. So it's so weird how it affects people differently. You don't know what the hell. So why go, gee, I wonder how it's going to affect me. You know, why be that guy? Why not just be the guy, I don't care. I don't want to get it. Yeah, I got my second shot. I got my second shot last week, bro. Or the week before.
Moderna?
Pfizer. Pfizer. Are you getting Pfizer? Did you get Pfizer?
I got Moderna. No, okay. That's a whole thing that's going to be in my act about my wife is Latina, and if I didn't get Moderna, I might as well just come home and fucking pack the bags. Because they offered me Johnson & Johnson. They had Johnson & Johnson, and I was like, and I called her. I'm like, yo, it's one shot. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's do the one shot. And she's like, I got Moderna, and this is the COVID family of Moderna. I'm like, I don't want COVID in the family.
Yeah, right.
Like, so I didn't. I got Moderna.
Well, you're smart. First of all, they just pulled Johnson & Johnson, so that one's causing blood clots. So the other ones, Moderna and Pfizer, the returns are real good on those right now. So far. Seems like those are going well.
Are you scared of going back on the ships?
No,
I think it's going to be.
I'm not afraid of anything, dude. I've been out. I wasn't even as locked down as during this. And also, I think ships are getting a bad rap through this. From a guy that's on ships a lot, and like a lot of people that are on ships a lot, they're a lot cleaner than the people think they are. Everyone's like, oh, it's just disease. And you're like, it's really not. They can't think about logistically think about it. Over the last 20 years, how many outbreaks and problems have you heard of on a ship? I can count them on one hand where there was a major problem on a ship in the last 20 years that I'm aware of. And now with the media, you can't. It's not like something can happen you don't know about it. They're so quick to react on those ships. They don't fuck around, man. That what's that one I always forget about? The stomach one. What's the one you get? The GI or IG or GI? Is that it? Gastric intestine. Yeah, the GI.
Yeah,
they call it something else or whatever. But dude, the second that spreads like air. You know, I mean, that spreads like that. So they're on top of that so fast, and so I mean, they haven't had a major outbreak of that in years. And I think they're gonna. And also, when they get ready to launch, I think one of the reasons they're taking so long, they don't want to fuck it up either. If they go out and screw up, they're screwed. They're really screwed because no one's giving them any credit. Or everyone's going, oh, it's going to be the worst. So I think that they're going to be going through a million hoops to make sure it's going to be right. So no, I'm not afraid at all. In fact, I can't wait to go back on a ship. I think it'll be one of the safest places to be in the world. They got all kinds of cool. Have you seen some of the stuff? That mist thing you walk through on some ships to board that's like a sanitizer, and then the full body temperature thing. I mean, there's a lot of state-of-the-art shit they're dealing with right now.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the thing too. It's almost like all those ships that whatever they're going to dry dock them, and they're going to have them. They're going to be everything, you know, and hopefully all the Wi-Fi's on all ships, all cruise lines just are, you know, state of the art. I think they're going to be. I think everything's going to be amazing once the ships go back. But you're 100% right. If there's a screw up, they're done. You know.
Yeah, they're totally screwed. Yeah, but I think, well, we'll see. You know, it is funny though. They're talking about vaccinations and whether or not people should have them to get on. And I mean, I don't know. It's still, everything changes so quickly from week to week. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, everyone's like, I stopped following on Facebook. People would go, here's an article and here's what I think. And I stopped months ago going, this is stupid, because every month everybody gets an idea, and then 4 weeks later everything changes. So why don't we just wait till they're really going to launch, and then we'll wrap our heads around what they're going to do and see if it's smart or not, you know? And then I'll make a decision. My decision will be based on how much they're going to pay and how long they want you to stay out and what the rules are going to be. And were you in that meeting last week that we had that thing with Carnival?
No, I was in actually another meeting.
Okay.
On
yeah, they covered a lot of everything they said they covered, and the stuff they covered at that point was, and it was Chris Nelson and John and the heads of entertainment. They're like, the money's not going to change, the shows aren't going to change, nothing's going to change. We might have you on. There won't be any more remember you used to be able to do like a 3-day, which was great for us here in LA. You could shoot down to Long Beach and do the weekend. That was the best gig in the world, dude. I thought years ago, before I started doing gate ships, I knew a guy, John Montalto, who lives in Vegas now, was doing the weekend.
Lance
Montalto.
Name John?
Yeah,
it's Lance.
No, it's Lance. I like to fuck up names. That's what I do. Anyway, Lance used to do. Lance was a DP on a film I was directing, and he had the weekend gig. So he would shoot all week and then leave Friday and then be back home Monday. So he was in LA all week, auditioning, shooting. At the time, he was just getting into editing and going into doing the gig. So, I mean, that's the best gig there. I love that gig, that just 3 days come home. And the crowd's tough, but...
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it was a little urban. You know, I mean, we did those shows, but, you know...
Well, they're drunk.
By that time, it ended up being... that actually became my ship. Like that, the inspiration and the imagination was like me, Doug Williams, Russ Nagel was doing it.
Right.
We were all doing it, you know, but it was like the rotation. And that was the nice thing, because I go to my wife, I go, look at that, 3 weeks. I go, 3 weeks in like 11 days. I mean, it's not 3 weeks, it's 3 cruises in 11 days. It's
right. Yeah, it was great.
You know?
Yeah, and plus, since it's so close to home, you didn't have to fly. So if you got off the ship early at like 6, you could be in a cab. I was usually home before they finished debarking. It was the best. I loved it.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot.
That's the one thing. I mean, if there's any comics that were getting close to getting on ships, you know, I know there's a lot of Chicago, Frank Townsend, Vince, you know, a lot of those Chicago guys, they were all out. We were always working, you know, at different ships and meeting up. And it's like any comics now, it's like you're going to be fine if you get on ships. Don't be nervous if you have an agent that says, hey, you know, because it's going to be so clean. It really is. I mean, do you know the comedian Jeff Neese? I was just talking to him about it.
I know who he is.
Yeah, he's been doing ships like 20-something years, and he's like, I think being on a ship will be more safe than any gig in the world.
Agree.
Because I go to your room and know that They've just sanitized the room because they're going to be scared. The workers, remember, like they did, not that they cared as much before, but I think now they're going to they don't want to get fired. They're going to know they need to make sure they've really sanitized.
Yeah, that's true.
Room.
There's a lot of protocols they're going to have to follow. You know what I mean?
They're going to have to.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't just go, oh, yeah, I did this, or oh, yeah, I did. Also, I got to be honest with you, I think a lot of them wouldn't want to shortchange it because they know if let's say they do cut a corner and then there is an outbreak and they're partially responsible and then it spreads all over the ship. And then, a lot of these guys that, we were fortunate because of course, all our industry was shut down. But when we leave a ship, we go to a club, we go to L.A., you got TV stuff you're doing here, you got voiceover stuff, we got other stuff going on. Some of these ship employees, I feel terrible for them. That's all they had was that gig, I have friends now that are sitting in Eastern Europe that are just begging for the ship to launch because they'll never make the money they were making on a ship back home. You know what I mean? So they don't want to screw up either. They don't want to screw up as bad as the lines do because they lost their livelihood for 2 or 3 years. And the young people, it's a little different because young people will move on and they'll survive. But the people that were in their 30s and 40s that had a career built on cruise ships, this really wiped them out, man. This really hurt them.
No, you know what? And, my manager for years was Roger Paul. And when I moved to L.A., I ended up leaving him, went to a different manager, and everything was great. In the comedy world, but one thing that Roger always taught me was save for the rainy day. Save for the rainy day, Jimmy. If you could put something away, try to do something. And that's what COVID was. It was the rainy day of hey, I made a ton of money on ships in the last 5 years, and thank God I saved money. That I saved for that rainy day.
Yeah.
That we never thought would come.
Right.
We never, you could never imagine. Your daughters are millennials, right?
Yeah, they get pissed when I say that. They're Generation Z. They even they hate millennials. Even they're like, fuck, millennials are the worst. But they're Generation Z, I think.
Generation Z, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's they never there's a couple girls that live in my building that are in that 17 to 25 age range, and they're like, oh, I just hate to wear the mask. I don't want to wear the mask. And one girl, I've got the mask. I go out and throw out recycling and stuff. I got goggles on. I'm like an outbreak, throwing stuff away at 3 a.m. I'm more scared. Yeah, but it's true.
It's the safest time to go out. Yeah, 3 a.m, no one's around. You're all cocked. It's like a scene from in World of Worlds or something.
Right? And I bump into these girls, and they come in, and they've been out hanging out or something, and they don't have a mask. I'm like, hey, wear the mask. They're like, there's nobody really out here right now. And it's like, I don't actually go in the elevator. I walk up the stairs. In fact, I went to the doctor before I got my shot just to, see what's up.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I said, yeah, I walked up the stairs at UCLA, 4 floors. And he goes, I walk up the stairs too. He goes, I don't use the elevators. He goes, people are coughing in them, they're whatever. He goes, and I go, that's what I thought. But I was like, am I crazy? And he's like, no. He goes, people don't care. So if somebody gets in, coughs, it's just chilling. COVID's just chilling, and then it gets off at whatever.
Yeah.
But my wife is crazy because I'm looking right out the balcony now. And if somebody's out there coughing and the kiddies are right on the chairs looking out, and she'll go, oh no, somebody coughed. Don't want the kiddies to get COVID. She'll close the glass door on the balcony. It's hilarious to me, but it's the way we live our life. But she just went to Costa Rica, and I don't know if you've done anything out of the country. But
I have not.
Costa Rica for 3 weeks, and almost 95%, maybe 98% of the people were not vaccinated.
Right. Wow.
She just got back, and nobody was vaccinated over there. It's not even like a thing. They think just wash your hands and wear the mask, and you're fine.
Right.
So it's like people. We talked about that last night about because not only working as a comedian, me and her love to travel, and I travel like all over the world.
Right.
And I said to her, I said, you know, my dream has always been. And she's like, South Africa, and I go, yeah. I want to go to South Africa, and now I don't think I looked it up yesterday. Qatar Airlines, is that how you say it? QU, right? Forced. You got to wear. They give you a shield. You got a 15-hour flight with a shield.
Okay.
And the mask. You have to.
Right.
Do you think you could do that?
I don't know, 15 hours. I guess I could. You know what? I could. It's a mind thing. You know what I mean? It's just a mind over matter thing.
I don't even know how it is to breathe. I don't have a shield.
I just have a mask. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I've flown a couple of times, but when I fly, I double up on the mask. Like when I fly, I wear a gaiter and a.
What a condom. It's the condom of
the condom over your head.
It's the double.
Yeah,
because of the
they
dirty
double it up.
whore.
Yeah, you double it up. Yeah.
You're gonna hang out with COVID, right? That's the thing.
Look, I'm a dirty whore. I got to cover all this up just to be safe. I don't want to mess around. This is for you, not me. Actually, this is actually for you.
No, that's oh my god. So I go to eat with so Bobby Costanzo plays my dad on my series.
Right.
So you guys know the legendary Bobby. You know he was Joey's dad on Friends, and
yeah.
So he's on that new show Tacoma Fire, Tacoma Underground, whatever. The guys who did Super Troopers.
Right. Oh, right on. Okay,
right?
Cool. Yeah.
Tacoma Fire Department, whatever it is. So
great.
I've got the mask. He calls me. He goes, this is good for you, right? So he says Gino's East. He goes, let's go to Gino's East. It's right by my place.
Right.
So I walk over and I've got the mask, and I'm like, I've never done this, Bobby. He goes, oh, you'll be fine. He goes, they already tested me 4 times this week on Saturday. He goes, they came to my house. I'm fine. I don't have it. So have you been to Gino's East yet?
Oh, of course. Dozens of times. Yes.
Yeah, so you're sitting outside. Everything's fine. There's nobody around. And I've got the mask side, it's halfway, and I'm eating. So it's like this. The mask is like this. So you can see my face, but the mask is covering me. And I said to Bobby, I know you're older. I go, Bobby, but it's kind of like when you're younger and you're fucking, when you pull the panties to the side. Like,
that's great.
He spits his beats out. I go, you just spit on me. He goes, I don't have COVID. I don't.
I'm not. It's free. It's COVID-free spit. Don't be bitching.
Well, because he's Italian, he spits all over you. I call him the Italian sprinkler. I'm like, I got prosciutto. I got Coca-Cola in my eyes. I got mozzarella.
Doesn't sound attractive at all. There's a lot of food flying around. Did you guys Did you get the deep dish at Gino's?
Yeah. So I got the deep dish. I don't know what it's called, the Supreme or whatever. It's just got everything on it.
Right.
And it's great. It's great. I mean, I know that you think I know you posted there. We would talk about pizza. So you think deep dish is better than flat New York City pizza?
I think they're different types of pizza because there's also Chicago also has the thin that they serve at Gino's, which
they do have it, yeah.
Which is called they used to be called the Southside thin, Tavern Pie, or cracker crust or whatever. And that's my favorite pizza is the Southside thin. I like that better than the deep dish. But I think they're different pizzas, just like Van Halen and Van Hagar were two totally different bands. They're two totally different types of pizza. Like I like a good slice of New York pizza. I love it because you can grab it while you're bouncing around on the fly. And there's a bunch, but I love deep dish Chicago. The thing with deep dish Chicago, one piece, maybe two, and I'm done. You know what I mean? That's a load. That's a big pie. That's a lot of food.
Like eating a lasagna. I told my wife, I'm eating the lasagna.
It is.
Eating pizza.
It is lasagna stuffed in a crust. It's huge, and I love it. I think it's great. Any deep dish I love, but I also there's something about a good thin crust, man. But they're thin. That Chicago thin. I really love that Chicago thin. There's a place in Chicago called Rosati's. That's my favorite pizza place. I used to work there, and they do a thin crust, and it's a cavern style, and it's cut in squares. That's our thing. Is you cut your pizza in squares, and that to me is my favorite pizza. That's it. And then there's other New York joints out here I like. What's your favorite New York pizza out here? Where do you go?
So my favorite is, and I'm always posting on Facebook about it, is pretty much Joe's Pizza.
They're because there's a bunch of them now. There's a few of them out.
Yeah. There's about 4 now.
Right.
And you could get You got to get the grandma because it's some
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
call it their sauce, and it's so good. It's like addicting. I mean, my favorite pizza of all times, if we're not going to Italy, is Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn. I don't know if
Okay.
you have any New York followers, but that are watching your show. But it's the best. It's like it's called the Square. It's Sicilian. It's like this, and you can get it. It's like 12 slices, but they're square, and you will eat it. It's like crack pizza. I would bring comedians, and they come to Brooklyn, and we'd go, and like my buddy calls me up from Pittsburgh, comedian Joe Minetti. He's no longer a comic. He was around 5 years ago, and he calls me up. It's like 10:30 in the morning, and he lives in Pittsburgh. And he goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I just dropped the kid off. I am on my way." And I go, "What?" He goes, "I'll be there in 5 hours." Like he's driving in from Pittsburgh. He goes, "I gotta get the crack pizza." He would drive in 5 hours, and his wife would be like, "Where the hell are you?" He's like, "I'm in Brooklyn. I'll be home by 10." Like he would come, stay for an hour, and go right back to Pittsburgh.
No way.
I'm telling you.
Dude, that's committed. That's great.
Pomoni Gardens is my all-time favorite. A lot of people like the Ray's Pizza, whatever. There's a lot of New York stuff. There's
Right.
Lombardi's Pizza,
Right.
which they now have. I think they have in Vegas, and they have in El Segundo has Lombardi's Pizza, which is
Right.
famous for. But Spumoni Gardens, there's something about it. And you just get, and I don't even usually drink soda, but you have to get like a Pepsi. They have like a little counter where you
Right.
go up and you get a full pie and you get a Pepsi and you just eat it. And it's, in fact, I just hold court there. When I go home, I do like a meet and greet with fans and friends.
Right.
And people just come all day, and I sit at Spumoni Gardens for like 6 to 8 hours. And I'm eating all day.
Yeah.
And,
It's like your ground zero. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I've heard of that place, dude. I dated a girl that went to that place. She mentioned it to me. I was trying to remember where I heard of it. I think Brielle mentioned it to me. She loves that joint.
Yeah, Spumoni Gardens, or it's called L&B.
L&B. All right.
It's the greatest ever.
I went to, we go to Joe's a lot here now, but we hit Joe's, my daughter and I, right before COVID. This is right before the shit hit the fan. For her graduation, I took her to New York for like 5 days, and we stayed in Hell's Kitchen, and we pretty much walked around Hell's Kitchen and Manhattan. But the first thing we did was to Joe's Pizza down in Times Square. We went to that one that was right in Times Square.
Right.
And then when we had that, then we saw that they came out here and the one here in Sherman Oaks is not far from our house. So that's mainly where we go most of the time. Is like that Joe's Pizza. It's pretty good. So
I've been getting the eggplant parmesan there too.
Oh, really?
It's really good. The chicken's not good. I don't care for the chicken parmesan there. But also, it's funny. You mentioned voiceovers. I was doing a voiceover one night, and I went with the other actor. See, I always asked you if you knew Ben Carroll. He was a great actor from Chicago.
Right.
And he was out here in L.A. for a while. He went back to Chicago. But we used to go to Reno's. Have you been to Reno's?
No.
It's right on Ventura. And the guy's like Armenian, but you think he's Italian. He's really, really smooth. And the hugest calzones. It's right there. So you're on Ventura.
It's called
right
Reno's?
by Reno's Pizza. Renos Pizza.
Okay.
It's right before Tahunga. So it's on. So if you're coming down.
Oh, so it's over North Hollywood more, kind of, right?
Yeah, and
over that area?
In that little plaza. And it's just so good. The calzone. I don't get the pizza. I get the calzone, and it's just humongous, and it's so good. And one day we went in there after doing a voiceover, and it was late. It was late at night. We were hanging out late, and it was like being at Broadway or the theater, and he's flashing the lights. And I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he goes, I've been here all day, man. Come on, you, your buddies. And we had like 15 people with us. And I'm like, "Dude, I got 15 people I brought."
Right,
and he goes, "Come on, I got to go." I go, "Dude," "you don't even close at 11. I go, "It's 5 to 11. I go, what is this, Hamilton? What are we doing? Why are you flicking the lights?" I was so pissed. And my wife goes, so I told my wife, and my wife is the banner. She bans. She goes, that's it. You're never going. I go, you weren't even there, and you're mad. You're madder than me.
Right. Does she have a list of places that you're banned from in the fridge? Like a whole, we're not going there. We're not going there.
Dude, it's the Latina. Let me tell you, when we first started dating, the Blockbuster video, she banned Blockbuster video. So we're dating. I've been with her 20 years, and and she had told me, I think Blockbuster was still open. Yeah, I know you could go get movies wherever you could go.
Right.
And she was like, and I'm pretty sure it was Blockbuster. And we go, and she's like, oh no. Like she just gets so mad. And I go, what are you doing? And she's like, they owe me $1.33. And I go, I'll give you $1.30. No. They owe me $1.33. And she takes her Blockbuster card right in front of me, and she just keeps bending it until it broke.
Oh, no.
It was like on our date. She's walking in Brooklyn down the street.
Wow.
She bans things.
Yeah.
She bans
and look at Blockbuster now. Fuck them.
I know.
She crushed them. That's what they did. $1.33. If they'd have paid her the $1.33, maybe there wouldn't only be one left now. Jerks.
She bans Friends. If you piss me off, Lenny, she does.
Oh, dude, that's the worst. My mom used to do that. My mom banned me. My mom always banned a family. One summer, I couldn't talk to anybody on the block. I was literally banned from everyone on the block. We hated it.
Yeah, that's just a woman. It's not even a Latina thing. It's just a woman thing. But hey, dude,
do you have to tell your friends? Do you got to go? Hey, I'm sorry, dude, you've been banned. Have you told a friend yet? Have you been like, dude, I can't hang out because you've been banned?
No, yes, I have. I've had to do it. And some guys that were like really good friends of mine when we first started dating, that's when I knew she was thinking she was going to take control. And she's like, you know what? No, I don't want to hang out with Mike because I don't like his girlfriend. Like, and I go, and that was the whole thing of like, I remember writing the jokes about not being able to find a couple that we both liked.
Right.
I mean?
Oh, right. Then you could both hang out. Like, that's hard. I forgot what that's like. I've been divorced 8 years. I forgot what that's like. Yeah.
Well, you watch Shameless? Do you watch Shameless?
I haven't watched it in years, but I watched the first 6 seasons, so I haven't seen it all yet.
So my good friend is Mike McGill. He plays Tommy, the bartender.
Oh,
he's
right,
not the bartender. He's at the bar. He's like the bar, but he's in every episode. He has tons of lines.
Right.
And him and his wife are the coolest people ever.
Right.
So, and he's on my show. He's on my Not for Nothing series on Amazon. And anyways, he's so cool. In fact, today she laid down on the couch and she goes, I thought I would have so many more friends out here. She's like, I hardly have any. I go, well, you're older. I go, it's not like you're little and you meet them at the playground.
Right.
I go, it's a different thing. She goes, but you have so many friends. And I go, I have friends, but I have people that want to use me. I have like newer comics that want stage time. They're nice.
You have LA friends. They're LA friends.
Yeah.
They're like acquaintances where they're around and they show up a lot more when they need something, and you know what I mean. You know the drill. You know what I mean.
Exactly. I mean, I had to import like Tim Omey was my best friend. I had to import Tim. I'm like, you got to get out.
Get out here, dude. I can't handle it.
Leave your wife, and he divorced her. It was funny because he came out here for about 6 months and he was living with us, and my wife loves him. I mean, he's like my little brother, and oh my God, and he would sitting there on the couch with me and whatever, and she'd come home, and the first like couple weeks everything was fine, and then the next few months she would come home from work and go right to the bedroom, and I go, what's wrong? She's like, I'm tired, I'm so tired, and I'd get mad, and then she's like, why do you think? Because Tim is still fucking here. She couldn't do it anymore. We loved Tim, but it was and then I had to go in. He heard the fight. I had to walk in the other room and go, you got to move out tomorrow. Like, I didn't give him 24 hours. You gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta get out of here, dude. That's a George Thorogood song. That's a song, man. Trust me. That scenario was played out for years. Like the wife disappears and the guy's like, "I'll be right back, dude." And he comes back. You got to go. you got to get.
Well,
out of
no. Well, yeah, no. It's. I mean, do you think? I mean, because you're such a good guy. I never like you. I know you were more about like raising your daughters, holding off on your acting career, and just doing the road. Like, hey, this is solid money. Do you miss not having?
Well, before that, I didn't do the road till after I got divorced. I mean, when I was married, I wasn't doing stand up at all. In fact, I had a recurring on like 3 shows.
I remember you were acting.
Yeah, I did a ton of commercials. So I did more acting stuff before I got divorced. But when I got divorced, A, divorce is expensive. B, being a single divorced dad is expensive. And then I needed the money. And that's when the cruise ship thing fell in my lap. And then I just started doing a bunch of ships. So and then I traveled. And then in between ships, I'd go see the kids who were in Chicago at the time. And then go back on a ship, go to Chicago. And I'd be out of L.A. for like 3 or 4 months at a pop. And now I'm here. And now both kids are living with me here. And I've been home for this last year, and honestly, I'm going to get ready. I'm going on the road now. I got dates coming up starting next week. I go to Little Rock next week, and I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. I got
Ben.
Yeah, I got Looney Bin coming. I got Vegas. I got Chicago. I got Rosemont. I got Tulsa. I got just enough work through the spring and summer that will take me to where I think ships are going to launch. Like I'm thinking out maybe August or September is when I'll get back on a ship. So I'm holding off booking in August and September because I'm hoping to get a run, hoping to get like a 2 or 3 week run on a ship. So I just won't be gone as much anymore. I loved acting, dude. I loved it. If I could live the life as an actor, I loved everything from auditioning to acting class. I loved all of it. And I could do that when I was married because I had a side job. My wife had a job. She was going to school. We were supporting the family. The kids were in private school. Everything was going fine. And then we got divorced, and everything just changes, and you got to readjust your life. And it was. I look back at it now, and I think it is what it is, and I'm better off for it. We've all changed and evolved, and whatever. Mm-hmm. And plus, look at acting. I was going to ask you this too, dude. Acting this now is completely upside down. We were doing auditions on tape before COVID anyway, to an extent, but now it's like I don't know where everything's going to go. You know what I mean? Now it's just.
But I just auditioned 2 weeks ago for a huge Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie movie.
Okay.
Knocked it out the park. I knocked it out the park. My manager goes, "Oh my God, it's a great audition," and it's all self-tape. It's like right here in my home.
Yeah.
And she's like, "We'll find out. It shoots in June. We'll see." I'm still up for it, but whatever.
Good luck.
It's like, and then tons of different co-star and guest stars in my home.
Yeah.
The cats, the cats are watching. It's crazy. And my wife has to record me because, and I've done 50 commercials and I have a great commercial agent, but this is the thing that I hate. The directions for the self-tape are zoom in, slate, zoom out, then do full body, do profiles. Well, guess what? I can't do that myself.
Yeah, that's a lot, actually.
So the other day, my wife was in Costa Rica, and I'm taking the camera, and I'm going like this, and I'm trying to touch it, and it looks like a selfie, and I'm doing it. But I know I did a good enough audition because, like, the next day, I got the same casting director gave me another audition.
Right.
And I actually had my buddy come over. I'm like, I can't do that again. I didn't like that whole situation.
Sure.
But
plus, on some levels, it kind of takes it out of your head, bro. Like I've noticed that when you're recording it.
Well, I'm directing and acting.
You're supposed to be acting. First of all, you're auditioning. You're not. You're auditioning for a role, and you're supposed to be in a character, and you're supposed to have your head wrapped around what you want to do, all the beats, and then you're like, oh, you got to zoom in, you got to zoom out, you got to step back, you got to do the camera. Yeah, that's why it's completely reinvented now. To where in the old days, you just walked into a room with your sides, and they taped you, you read, and then you left. You know what I mean? And they would do the adjustments.
Dude, I used to go in and book it like Beth Holmes. These are commercials. Beth Holmes, Ross Lacey, Joe Blake. I mean,
Joe Blake.
I was over there at 2600 Ocean Park, whatever, all the time. Sometimes minimum 3 times a week. And my wife goes, "Why don't we just live in Santa Monica? Why are we even over here in the Valley?" And I go, I go, I don't know. I don't know. I like over here. And,
It's the price, dude. I looked over there because the worst thing, all the callbacks are like at 5 o'clock on the west side. So it's the worst. Going to the callbacks where you're like, you got a callback, yay! It's at Joe Blake's. Fuck, really? You're like, yeah, okay,
and
let's go.
Yeah,
and then
you got an hour and a half on Sepulveda.
Yes,
you're not even
both ways.
Like,
brutal. And then if they were running behind, you were there at least an hour. You know what I mean? If you're sitting there for an hour or whatever, they try to keep you around that hour because callbacks are supposed to pay you over an hour. So you're usually out of there in about an hour. But that's a callback was good 4 or 5 hours of the day, and it was always at 5 o'clock, 5:30. I'm like, damn it, isn't there a 1 o'clock? You have anything like a 2-ish? I'd rather go there in the afternoon than like rush hour. It was brutal.
I was doing. I had a recurring role with Emma Roberts on Fabulous, on that TV show. That was her first TV show. She's a big star now, Emma. It's Eric Roberts' daughter. Okay. And so it's at Nickelodeon, and my audition is right next door. I'm like, oh my God, if I get the call back, I'm great. And then the callback is like and I'm doing a guest star all week. So I get the call back 2 days later, and I have to go to the first AD. And Fred Savage is the director.
Right.
The Wonder Years, of course, right? So he's the director, and I have to go. And he goes, look, Fred loves you. Why don't you just ask Fred? He goes, Fred's an actor. He'll be fine with it. Right. I go, dude, I got to go from Hollywood, where Nickelodeon is, over on Sunset, all the way over to almost damn near Venice. Right. And I get there, and they're running late, and Fred let me go, and I'm coming back, and I'm pulling in, and I'm getting into my trailer, and I'm trying to change my clothes, and the first AD's like calls me on the cell. Everybody is waiting, and I go. He goes, you said you'd be back, and then I said, no, and I come walking on, and I walk onto the set, and I go, I'm sorry, I'm late, and Fred's like, I thought you said it was right next door. I go, no, I told you it wasn't. And he goes, I'm just joking with you. And everybody starts laughing.
That's funny. That's funny.
How'd it go, dude?
That's funny. That's funny and not funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the worst.
Scared the hell out of me.
Dude, that's the worst.
But it was so cute to work with those young kids. That Emma Roberts, who became such a huge star. But the other girl was on. I don't know if you ever watched Queen of the South. She was on Queen of the South.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the girls' Narcos. It's so good.
Right.
Oh yeah. Anyways.
Right on. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. We're at 7:15. We're at an hour 15. That wasn't bad. We did 20 minutes of tech problems, and then and then we got going. And it took me an hour to spell your name correctly. So. I think I finally got it right. Dude, thank you for being here. I can't thank you enough. Thanks for all the bullshit beforehand and the tech and all that. Guys, give Jimmy a round of applause, everybody. That's Jimmy right there. A round of applause, Jimmy Della Valle. Come on, everybody. Woo! Woo! All right, man. Thanks, buddy. Take care of yourself. Hey, what do you want to plug? Anything, man. What do you got? You got the CD, you got the show, you got you got a lot going on, but good, tell me.
Yeah. So my series is on Amazon Prime. It's called Not for Nothing. I also just won Best Actor in a film called The Cross Up, which has a major cast, but I'm in every second of it. And Eddie Velez from the A-Team in the movie Traffic, and White Chicks, he directed it. And man, he put me through the ringer, and I wouldn't have won Best out him directing me. He was amazing. And on Prime, you can go to funnyjimmy.com, so you don't have to worry about Lenny spelling. Funnyjimmy.com or jimmydelavalle.com. Right. And all the social media's there, and you can actually watch. I just put Not for Nothing from Amazon. I put a quick link up there where you can watch the whole season just on my YouTube channel that I just started playing around with. So
nice.
And all my comedy dates, and you can add me on all social media. It's that easy.
Guys, one more time, and I'll put you know what? I'll put everything in the description of our video. I do that all the time, and I will cut and paste it right out of your website so I don't misspell anything. That way, it just comes right off your site.
Perfect.
See, that's probably the smartest move. One more time, get over Jimmy Della Valle, folks, right there. Round of applause, my good friend. Yes. 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 All right, buddy. Thank you for being here, man. Be safe. Wear your mask. Get
Thank
your
you,
second
brother.
shot. My best to your wife. And try to keep me off the bad list.
And we'll get some Geno's East soon.
Do it, man. Let's do it. Or
Okay.
Joe's. We'll flip. We'll go back and forth.
Do it. All right, brother.
All right, buddy. Take care, man. That's Jimmy. Give it up for Jimmy, folks, right there. That wasn't things went crazy early, as they do sometimes. There was a little bit of chaos, but I think we worked it out. You guys, as always, thanks for staying. Please like the video. I want to go across and check. I saw some comments and questions, and I didn't get to any of them, so I'm gonna take a look really quick. You know what? Let's do it this way, so it doesn't look like I'm staring in an awkward. Look, I think I'm right here. I think you can see me. Hi, everyone. Sorry I didn't respond. So, hey, Robbie's here. I didn't mention that. I saw that. Yeah, guys, thanks. Jimmy was great. He muscled his way through some of the bullshit. Brandon, my next out-of-town dates are next week. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas next week. I'll be there Wednesday through Saturday at the Looney Bin in Little Rock. So I will plug that again on Wednesday. Vegas is the first weekend in May, right? May 8th. For what I've seen, some people, some Patreon members have already purchased tickets for that weekend. I'm sorry, it's the second weekend. Oh, no, it's first weekend, first full weekend. 6th through the 9th. And I know the Mulligans will be there. I think Rachel's going to be there, and I think Robin's going to be there. So I think those four people, Robin Greenberg and Rachel and the Mulligans, are coming out to Vegas. Hi, Shauna. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, guys, so much. You guys are great. Thank you for muscling through the tech problems. I appreciate it. And I guess that's it. That's what we got. That's everything. You guys have been the best. I'll be here in 2 days. I'll be back here. I'll be back tomorrow because we had to rearrange the schedule a little bit. We're also rearranging the schedule next week because I'm traveling on Wednesday. So next week's shows, I think, will be Monday, and I'll know more. I don't want to say anything yet because I got to confirm. But tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow for sure, I will be here. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. And tomorrow's guest, hang on, it's Diane. And actually, she's one of Lori Arico's clients is here. Lori's been on. She had another gentleman that was on, the guy from Texas, the barbecue that went horribly. The video was rough. But tomorrow is Diane Scott. She's an actress and a model and a pit bull advocate. She's a huge advocate for pit bulls. She wrote a book about pit bulls, and she will be on tomorrow. We'll be talking about animals, acting, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of good stuff. So that is happening tomorrow. You guys are the greatest. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Wear your masks. Get your shots. Do your stuff. And as always, do me a favor. Dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase a shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers, will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to lennyschmidt.com/ifyoucan or Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. Enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.